Hey, welcome back to Hank's Survival. Just a quick video today. Every other video ends up being a half hour. This is going to be a 10-minute in and out. Dakota Fire hole. We're going to be digging a hole in the ground with another hole in it. Just using sticks and everything. All I got with me is my 9mm, my Rogue apple chew, a lighter, and my pocket knife. And I'm probably not going to use any of those except for, to start the fire. And I've been ripping around on my little Coleman mini bike. Been modifying the shit out of that, so. All right, let's get started. Yeah, so this stick kind of has like a bit of a point and then a scoop. You can do it with almost any stick, but it's going to be a little easier if you have something like that. But it's always going to be hard in the woods because there's all these little roots and stuff, and you're going to have to rip them as you go. And then just get to digging. Sometimes I like to use like the pointy end. And then once you start getting some dirt, and there's a rock, you turn over to the scoop side and kind of scrape the edges out. Yeah, so about 5 or 6 minutes of digging, got this big pile of dirt, which it looks like a lot, but it's not. It's maybe almost to my wrist, so we got about 4 inches of depth so far. I like to make mine like at least double that. These are good for stealth if you're like trying to hide or something. A lot of the flame isn't going to be above ground. It can also help warm the ground next to you when you're sitting next to it, so the ground won't steal as much heat. And also I'm going to be using this primarily so that I can save most of the ash that burns, so I can try to make like a pottery video using wood ash. So we're just going to keep digging. Yeah, so as you go and you dig your hole deeper and deeper, it has a tendency to take the shape of like a funnel. So you just gotta make sure to continually dig out the edges as you're going down to keep that diameter. Now we're a couple inches deeper now. We're like about to here past my wrist, where before we were about there. It takes a long time. If you use this hole repeatedly, the edges of the dirt will dry and crack, and it will make it easier to dig bigger. That's also one of the only downsides of it, is eventually your hole might get bigger than you want it to be. I'm sure I'm going to hear plenty of jokes about that in the comments, but just going to go a little bit further. And then the trick is we're going to have to dig a hole like very straight, and usually the best way to do that is to get a long stick, like 3 or 4 feet, put a point on it if it doesn't have one already, and then just repeatedly hit that same spot and hope that your angle is going to be good enough so that the air, once the fire starts down there and it rises, it will suck air into the bottom and create essentially a rocket stove as well. And one more reason why this is a good fire is because you can put it out very quickly. If you keep your pile of dirt next to you, or even if you just started caving in the sides, you can put out the fire almost instantly. So if you're hiding from people, it's great. If it gets a little too windy or something, or you think it's getting dangerous, you can cover it up. And so we're just going to keep digging, and then I'll show you the tunnel. All right, so I just kind of put somewhat of a point on here. It's always a little bit tricky. You want to start at a good angle, so by the time you get there, you're not like below it or too high in it. And there's always a chance you'll cave out a wall, but it's a hole, so you can always just fix it. I'm gonna try to get this in without whacking myself. Oh! And then we're almost there, but I don't want to push it all the way through in one go, so I'm going to give this a twist to try to form the dirt around the stick, like pack it, you know. And then I'm going to pull it out a little bit and then do this a few times. Go back to driving it in. Oh, ow! Yep, that's what happens. Oh, it makes you sick to your stomach. I was just about to say, this stick wasn't broken off straight, and so it feathered on me. Oh, I need a minute. All right, well, that fucking hurt. If you ever got hit in the knee real hard, you know, you want to vomit. Still a little nauseous, but we're almost through. I think I can see the spot where it's pushing out. So why don't you come up here closer to the hole here and just get this whole part here. Like, you got this stick in here too? All right. All right, so that's where it came out at. I'm pretty happy with it. It's pretty close to the bottom, so that's going to be good enough. And, you know, I just really don't want to hear people saying, why didn't you bring a shovel? This isn't like that. This is like you're in the woods, you had no time to grab anything, or maybe you got lost, or who knows what happened. And so same thing like before, we're just going to give it a little twist because you don't want this cave to cave in. This tunnel to cave in, I mean. So you want to try to pack the dirt. Now this stick isn't perfectly straight, so I can't give it a full 360, but you're just going to gently wiggle it on its way out. And let me see that here. Is it locked? Mm-hmm. All right, the camera cut, but you just look down the tunnel and you can see the light down there. And that's how you know you did it good. So as long as you don't, you see I can put a little bit of pressure and stuff, like bounce a little bit. If you step right there, then the tunnel might cave in. But, and this isn't a super huge one. This is big enough just for a little fire. There's a lot of roots here because I'm actually right in between like 4 different trees. So it's a little hard to dig in, but we're just going to get a fire in this real quick, and then that's going to be the end of the video, guys. All right, I got some real small twigs in there, resting on a root. This is one of the benefits, honestly, of this fire too, is sometimes you can get underneath like what you're trying to light. And so it's a lot easier than just trying to light a regular fire sometimes. And then I gotta break these real quick and I'll throw them on. Oop. Yeah, it's taken right off. And then I'm gonna throw these on here, and because if you just had it in a hole, it might struggle for oxygen a little bit. But with that hole going, into the side, that tunnel, it sucks it right in. You can see a little bit of smoke coming out here, but that's all going right down into the fire. It's taken right off. I'd say it honestly works better than regular campfires in my opinion, because it's just sucking. As the heat goes up, the air sucks right in. So that's basically it, guys. Like I said, just wanted a short video. And like I said, with this pile of dirt here, if I really wanted to put it out, I would just scoop a big old pile right over and it'd be out. But I don't want to do that right now. So I just wanted to show you guys the fire a few minutes later. Totally burns good by itself. Just make sure you got plenty of small stuff to get it going good, because otherwise it is going to be a little bit of a hassle, just like any fire. And you still want to try to keep your sticks laying down. You don't want to try to shove them in just like straight down, because it's going to have some trouble burning. Maybe once it gets going good, you can do that. But yeah, this has been going for a good 20 minutes or so. And as you can see, that hole goes right to the coal base. And yeah, you just got to make sure that you stir it up good. Keep everything kind of flat, as flat as you can, almost stacked on top of each other. Any flames that go out, you know, they'll come right back and stuff. And there's a super hot cool base in there too. I mean, as you can see, it ain't lacking anything. So alrighty guys, see you in the next one.